Hello and welcome to the Bundren Iracing. Or wait, hold on. Oh, that's Iracing Bundren Long Care Series. Today we're here for a new league on this channel, but a league that's been running for quite some time now. Owned by Glenn Bundren himself. So today we're here with the 2023 late models. Yes, the new late models that just came out probably maybe a week ago. And they haven't been out for very long, but we're here also at USA International Speedway for the first race in this season and for this league on this channel. So welcome back, everybody. Not to this league, but to this channel. Of course, we did SRL last season. Took a little bit of a break, but now we're back. Basically, right after this league ends, SRL Season 2 will be officially going. So, a little bit different here, since this is a late model series. We have heat races and stuff. So today, we are going to go through heat race number 1. Only 8 laps. And the top 6 get to go on to the feature. And also, yellow flag laps do not count. So if we have a crash, laps will not wind down due to it. And I believe we got about 11 or 12 cars racing here. So on the pole in this heat is the 25, if I can find him. Not quite sure, as there I don't have a 25 on the camera thing here. So we'll just figure it out as we go. As you see, cars are starting to roll, but the pace car hasn't started moving. Now it's going. We'll get to your starting lineup real quick. If I can find a camera angle here. Here we go. So, on pole is Sam Brochu in the 25. And right beside him, I believe, is Blaze McKinney in the 87. Not sure why we're on board right now. Row number 2, Glenn Bundren. And it looks like the 55. Not sure who that is, but number 55 is starting 4th. Row number 3 is the 07. Right beside him, Ryan Hyatt. And then row number 4 is the 79 and 92. About to come to the green flag. Actually, they're going to do 2 pace laps here. I forgot it's a short trek. Shorter treks, they run 2 pace laps. That's how it's going to be for most of this, for most of these races in this league. So if I can find Sam Brochu's number here we go. We know him. We actually know quite a few people from this league. They all raced, or most of them raced last season SRL. That's the only league we've covered on this channel. So glad to have a new league and glad to have different cars that we get to commentate, and we get to see how these new late models do. As the pace car comes down pit road, Sam Brochu will lead us to the green flag here at USA International Speedway. Green flag is out here at USA. Brochu will lead lap number 1, but Blaze McKinney holding on to that outside lane right now. Of course, this is only 8-lap heat race, and Glenn Bundren gets turned in the middle of the pack, and he gets airborne. The 2 car also involved. The 92 with heavy damage as well. That's Riley Marabello. And Glenn Bundren got some error on that. Looks like the 07 also involved. Just trying to look for these numbers. That's not the 07. Well, that is the 07, but he looks fine. Ryan Hyatt also with damage. The 79 of Barrett Pulhemus. So it looks like only a couple cars unscathed. So we saw Glenn Bundren, the first one to go around there. Let's go back and see what happened. bad. So here they come. The two all over the back bumper of Glenn and just gets into the back of him. And someone sends Glenn up in the air. That was Hyatt. There's Marabello getting involved. Trying to figure out who the two is. There he is. Looks like Josh Kozik. So I'll go back. Look from another angle. As you see Kozik just all over the back bumper of the 37. Gets to him. And watch this. Airborne Glenn Bundren goes. Almost flips over, but luckily keeps it all four on the ground. So Glenn's just going to try to ride around and wait for the next heat race. But right now it's still Sam Brochu leading. Pace car back down pit road. Green flag back in the air. Brochu with a great jump. And so they could either try to complete 8 laps or 8 minutes is the time limit. As you see the 55 going for second. Not sure who that is either. As numbers on the... on my ticker thing here are not the same as what they have on the cars right now. Looks like it's Jordan Brinkley in that 55, and he takes over second while Sam Brochu runs away with this lead. So yeah, they either could complete all 8 laps, or if we have too many cautions, you only get 8 minutes in these heat races. As we're halfway through heat number 1, Brochu still leading. A big jumble up in the back. So you see Ryan Hyatt, who was underneath the car just a few laps ago, right behind Parker White right now. A side by side in front of them, that's Barrett Polhimus. And I'm not sure who else. It's the 07. That is Josh Allenson. And he's trying to clear for 4th. Now, since we have only 11 cars in this field, I'm pretty sure everyone will make the features. It just matters on where you're going to qualify and not. As we do have 3 different heat races. Yeah, 3 different heat races as we have 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag for Sam Brochu. Already putting on a dominant performance. He had a little bit of a battle with Blaze McKinney before that caution came out, but after that caution, it's just been all Sam Brochu in the 25. And coming out of turn number 4, Sam Brochu is going to win heat number 1 here at USA. Looks like Jordan Brinkley second, Blaze McKinney third. I'm hearing a lot of stuff happen. Oh my lord. Now, how did this happen? It's after the finish, so not much of it. We'll just go back and see what happened here. And yep, the 07, just a whole bunch of assassinations in turn number 1. Oh, looks like we're going straight into the feature now. So Sam Brochu will be on the pole for the feature. So features are, there's 2 of them. Yeah, there is 2 of them. So we'll have a 50-lap feature here. And then after that, we will have interviews for the top 3 drivers who finish in the feature. And then while we're doing interviews, Glenn will get the next session up. And we'll have, I'm guessing, another 50-lap feature. Or there's 2 different features for 2 different classes of driver. I'm not sure how it works. I don't usually do heat races and stuff. So this could be the only feature. We could have another one after this. I'm not sure. All I know is Sam Brochu's leading this one, and it's 50 laps. As nightfall is upon us, so we will be going dark very soon. as hopefully by next week, I was kind. This was kind of a last minute thing for me to commentate this league, and I was busy all of last weekend. So hopefully next week we will have some new graphics. I kind of want to change up the leaderboard a little bit, and also the opening and closing scenes to the streams. Just all in all, new graphics. I mean, these have been good, but I feel like there needs to be a bit more. So that's what I'm gonna start working on leading up to SRL. I'll start testing it, I guess, here in this league. But yeah, so hopefully next week we will have some new graphics. And then by the time SRL rolls back around, we'll use all the graphics for that league and this league, but we'll be ready. Feature number 1 is underway. Sam Brochu on the pole, but he does not get a good start. The 55 does. The 55 will lead lap number 1. I forgot who that was again. It is Jordan Brinkley. So now he's out in front. We'll see how Sam Brochu handles in dirty air. Back there, he has a lot of cars stacking up behind him. There's Blaze McKinney in the bright yellow car. Parker White right behind him. Josh Kozik, the 07. And there's another split pack back there. So from the Oh, Parker White gets spun around, and he collects the 07. Looks like Riley Marabello also involved. Try to look for the 07 here. There he is. That's Josh Allenson. Or Allison. Noah Allison. My bad. I got him and Josh Kozik confused. Noah Allison in the 07. Let's go back and take a look at that replay. So it started with Parker White. Allison to his outside. The 2 sends it in and gives him a little bit of a bump. That's Josh Kozik. And Riley Marabello actually missed it somehow. In some way. We'll go on board with him if I could find the cockpit here. Here we go. Wow. No idea how he missed that. Just around the 95 goes, and here comes the 92 sliding past the 02 or 07 to miss this wreck. So before Parker White got spun there, I was about to say these cars don't look like they handle bumps pretty well, and as soon as I said that, Parker White got a bump and spun around. So don't think caution laps count for the feature. I'm not 100% sure. But Parker White's still down pit road, and they're about to go back green. So Jordan Brinkley will lead us with Barrett Polhemus to his outside. Yeah, it looks like yellow flags don't count in the heat races too, or the feature races too. And green flags back in the air. Coming to lap number 4. So Parker White is still technically on the lead lap. He's just very far behind right now. As Jordan has pulled a nice gap over Polhemus right now. Actually, that's Brochu in second. Wait for the leaderboard to change there. There we go. And right now, Brochu has a few cars behind him. Barrett Polhemus, Blaze McKinney, and they have a little bit of a gap over Riley Marabello and Josh Alice or Noah Allison. Everybody right now just training around this bottom lane. No one's side by side. We did have a little bit of a battle back here. I think it was Glenn Bundren. And it was either the 2 or 68. Oh, speaking of the 2, Josh Kozik, he's coming down pit road, it looks like. Not entirely sure why. And he is in his pit stall, and he is gone. So it looks like he will be DNFing. And he will be scored with an 11th place finish. The 55 still leading this one, with Broshu staying about half second behind him. But Broshu's got Polhemus all over his back bumper right now. And Blaze McKinney not too far behind them. And the 07 gets turned in the back. Noah Allison. And he'll bring out the second caution tonight. He actually kept it straight for the most part. We'll go back and see what happened. Here we go. Battling with Ryan Hyatt and Glenn Bundren. Hyatt sends it into the corner. It looks like just another bump. And around he went. Take a look from another angle here. So that's 2 cautions this 07 has been involved with. Nice little throwback there to Clint Boyer, Jack Daniels scheme. As everybody's, or 3 cars are down pit road. Josh Kozik is out of the race. Parker White, Riley Marabello, and Noah Allison down pit road right now. Of course, if they get passed by the pace car, they won't go a lap down, because caution laps do not count. So still the 55 out front. We should be coming to 1 to go this time by. I'm not entirely sure if there's a choose cone. I doubt it, but we'll see once they get to this line. It looks like there is a choose cone. So Broshu back to the bottom, Polhemus back to the top. Of course, the 55 is going to take the bottom as well. There's a lot of cars on the bottom, only 2 of them up high. That's Barrett Polhemus and Blaze McKinney. As the pace car is coming back down pit road. A nice jump by the 55 again. Green flag, lap number 10. It's back here, Broshu and Polhemus side by side. For second, Blaze McKinney, Glenn Bundren there as well. And Blaze McKinney's looking 3 wide underneath Broshu. Broshu's going to smartly back off. And he gets really loose in the corner. Going to lose a few positions here. Back to 5th he goes. Alexander Schumacher now to his back bumper. Ryan Hyatt there as well. As I'm not really sure where the back half of the field is. It's all the cars who pitted. I guess they just didn't make it back up there in time. But right now, it's still that 55 who has dominated this feature so far. Leading, I believe, every lap. But we still got a lot left in this race. Side by side back here, Glenn Bundren with Sam Broshu. This is for 4th. Broshu with the inside advantage, and he will take it. Trying to regroup after what happened in turn 1 earlier in this run. And now trying to set his sights on Blaze McKinney. So USA International Speedway, a very iconic track in iRacing. One of the first tracks you race on. When you first start up an account on the ovals. Either that or Charlotte. Whichever one the street stocks are on at the time. Mine was Charlotte, so I never really got to experience USA. But yeah, if you get iRacing, you will most likely experience this track one of your first days. It's also free. It comes with the game. As the sun sets in the distance, still a lot of racing to go tonight. Something tells me there isn't a second feature since we don't have enough cars, but there could be another 50-lap feature after this. I'm not entirely sure. As Sam Brosher, he is all over the back bumper of Blaze McKinney right now. As Bundren in the wall a little bit back there. Still holding his ground in 5th. And now he's got Schumacher to his inside. Trying to make that pass stick. But Bundren will clear back. And Sam Brosher still all over the back bumper of McKinney. Trying to get him a bit loose. Nice little shot of the underbody. And looking to the inside. Nope, couldn't quite get underneath there. McKinney blocks. And now diving to the inside. Here comes Brosher, but McKinney's going to block the door. Or shut the door. As Brosher still trying to look for a way around him without wrecking him. As look at on board with Blaze McKinney. Here comes Sam Brosher underneath. And McKinney's going to shut the door again. Little bit of a bump you could see inside the engine. Sam Brosher all over. Wow, I just whistled there. Sam Brosher all over the back bumper of Blaze McKinney right now. Trying to get him up the racetrack. Trying to make the pass work. As Ryan Hyatt's trying to make a pass on Alexander Schumacher back there. They're both going to be battling for 6th here. We've seen how easy it is to spin people out. So Sam Brosher trying not to bump him very hard here, but he might have to scoot him out of the way. Blaze McKinney's a very, very, very hard person to pass. And he is also very, very aggressive, but it works most of the time. As next lap, we will be halfway through this feature. Jordan Brinkley has led them all. And keeping a nice gap over the 79 of Barrett Polhemus. And coming up to a lap car, that is Noah Allison in the 07. As we are halfway through this race now. Jordan's still up front. And about to put the 07 a lap down. Allison gets out of the way smartly. So I'm about 90% sure there are lucky dogs, but I could be wrong. Back here, Sam Brosher is still trying to make the pass on the 87. Speaking of making passes, here comes Ryan Hyatt. Sends it into the corner, sideways a little bit there. Trying to pass Alexander Schumacher for that 6th spot. And he will finally make the pass on the 68, but the 68 might cross over here. Here he comes. Schumacher down low, and he will back off and get back behind the 7. So Ryan Hyatt takes 6 away from Alexander Schumacher. As up here, still a dogfight for 3rd. Brochu might have a run this time by. Here he comes down low. And still couldn't quite make it work. This is for the podium position if this goes green all the way. Barrett just passing a lap car in front of them. Or trying to at least. But Allison not really cutting him a bit of slack here. And if Allison keeps holding him up, he could be in threat to lose some more, or lose a few more positions here to Blaze McKinney and Sam Brochu. As Barrett is losing time to these 2 back here. This is what Jordan Brinkley wants to see, just pulling away almost a full second on Barrett Polhemus. Now Barrett trying to go around the outside on the 07. That might cost him some time, but he's trying to find a way around the lap car right now. But Allison not giving him any slack, and this has reeled in Blaze McKinney and Sam Brochu for this 2nd spot. This could either be really good or get really ugly here. And I know that 55 doesn't want to caution, but it might happen soon. As these cars seem very sensitive when you touch the back bumper. Polhemus finally gets around the lap car. Now everyone else getting around the 07. But now Blaze McKinney on the back bumper of Barrett Polhemus. As it looks like we're going to have a big dogfight for this podium position. But I don't know if anyone's going to be able to catch up to the leader. As Blaze McKinney sends it in, gives Barrett a little bit of a bump. Here he comes underneath. Tucks back in line. And messes up the corner a little bit. That might allow Brochu to reel in a little bit. It's become to 12 laps to go. There's a huge battle going on for this 3rd spot. It's Parker White. He's in threat of going a lap down soon. One mistake is what's going to make you lose the position here. As Brochu's looking way down low underneath McKinney. McKinney shoving him all the way below the apron there. As Blaze looking high. Here comes Brochu underneath. Still shutting the door on Brochu, but Brochu might finally be underneath him. No, he's not. Still looking underneath. Bit of a tap there. And Blaze actually has a good run on the 79. Here he comes down low. He's going to sit it into the corner. Brochu's right on his back bumper. As we have 9 laps to go. This is for the podium. This is for 2nd place. Oh, bit of a bump to the back bumper of Blaze McKinney. McKinney saves it. They're almost 3 wide for this second spot. Barrett still to that outside. And Blaze McKinney's going to clear the 79. Now here comes Brosho underneath Polhemus. As Barrett Polhemus, he's going to fall back to 4th now. Brosho and McKinney passes him. Now Blaze McKinney sets his, or Sam Brosho sets his sights on Blaze McKinney. The 55 has pretty much run away with this win. Unless Parker White holds him up, no one's catching him. Yeah, that 79 used up his tires, it looks like, trying to pass the lap car. As the 55's all over the back bumper of Parker White. Parker White's going to let him by, though. And side by side for second, Sam Brosho underneath. Blaze McKinney's not going to give this up easy. And this might allow that 79 to reel him back in. Maybe Glenn Bundren as well. In the midst of all this, Alexander Schumacher got back around Ryan Hyatt as these two are still side by side for second. Coming to 4 laps to go. Still side by side. Someone's going to have to give soon, as they are catching a lap car of Parker White. Brosho shoves him wide, almost into the wall. Blaze McKinney goes, but he still gets the run off the corner. Parker White's going to let him by. Blaze McKinney all over. Oh, they're making contact up into the wall. Goes Sam Brosho. Oh, Schumacher runs into him. Parker White also involved. They were battling so hard for so many laps, it was bound to happen. And now that 87 is going to have a bit of damage to his race car. Let's go back and see what happened. Poor Parker White, he was just getting out of the way, being a lap down, and got involved in that. So let's see. Blaze McKinney all over the quarter panel and just turns the 25 up into the 95. And Alexander Schumacher, late judgment, gets into Brosho there. Go back and see from a different angle. So yep, just hooks him up into the wall and into the 95, and then here comes Schumacher. So Brosho's gonna... He's not gonna be very happy about that. And like we said, poor Parker White was just an innocent bystander there. But how about Jordan Brinkley? His lead has shrunk now, and he has an aggressive 87 car who's starting second now. Lucky dog will go to Noah Allison. So there are lucky dogs here. And like I've been saying, caution laps do not matter, so you can stay on pit road as long as you want until we go back green. So I think we will be coming to the choose cone this time by. As it's the 55 out front. He's going to choose the inside. Blaze McKinney also down low. Barrett Polhemus going to try that outside once again. So we'll be restarting with 3 laps to go here in feature number 1. And possibly the only feature. I doubt it. I feel like we have another 50 lap feature after this. Alexander Schumacher has appeared up into 4th with the choose cone. But here we go. Brinkley has been getting very good restarts, and there he goes again. Another great restart by that 55. Blaze McKinney, Barrett Polhimus were battling, but now Blaze McKinney takes that position away from the 79. Look at Alexander Schumacher trying to go for that podium. Okay, quite good there. Coming to 2 laps to go for the 55. Let's see if Blaze McKinney might be able to run him down, but I don't know. That 55 has been really quick all day. Josh Kozik is back out on the racetrack, 40 laps down. So he's going to have better tires than all these guys. We might be seeing a battle for this podium, though. Alexander Schumacher going to try it on Barrett Polhimus, but coming to the white flag for Jordan Brinkley. Here we go. That 2 car is many laps down. He doesn't count. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Schumacher has one more shot. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. Out of turn number 4, dominating fashion for Jordan Brinkley. He's going to win feature number 1. Blaze McKinney second. Barrett Polhimus third. As everyone dies in turn number 1. So we'll get to your podium finishers here, who will be in the one of these discords. First, we'll see if the 55 does any burnouts here. I'm trying to hide the leaderboard, but for some reason it's not working. He's just going to park it in victory lane. Going to get out, wave to the fans. Oh no, he's going to give them a little bit of a show. There we go. There goes the leaderboard. So we'll hop into a VC here and talk with our podium finishers. I think it's this one. Oh. I went to the wrong. Oh. They're on the waiting room. I'm wondering if they want me to drag them in. Okay, I see how to do it. So I don't know if they want me to go from first to third or third to first. So I'm gonna do third to first, which third place finisher was Barrett, and he's not in there unless he's this guy. Is that Barrett? Hold on. That might be Barrett. Okay, Barrett is Joker Ace. Alright, so we'll bring him into the broadcast booth. Could you speak for me for a second? I got it for some reason every time. There we go. Okay, cool. So, third place there. It kind of looked like it fell out of your hands after it looks like your tires wore out battling that 07. But the caution came out with Blaze McKinney and Sam Brochu, and you ended up getting back into third and on the podium. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, just wore off the right front too much. I felt like I was saving it all right, but I guess not. And then I don't know why the friggin' lap car was racing us. But, oh well. It's, we have another race, so we got time to make up for it, so I'm not really worried.
All right, congrats on your third place, Barrett, and I'll see you in the next race.
10-4.
All right, so that was Barrett, your third place finisher. Now for your second place finisher, Blaze McKinney. and we'll pull him into the broadcast booth here. So Blaze McKinney, a little bit of contact there with Sam Brochu towards the end of the race, but you managed to hold on to a second place finish in feature number 1. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, overall, it was pretty fun. The whole first half of the race, I don't know why I just couldn't get a hold onto it and fell back pretty far, and then slowly kind of made my way back up, and it's kind of around Sam the whole race, and I was having fun battling with him, and then just late there we were just side by side, and I just pinched him a little bit too much, got his right rear and turned him. So I apologize about that. We're hopefully we can do better next race, keep it a little cleaner than that. But I mean, I'm happy for second. I think if we had a longer run at the end there, I might have been able to get Blaze, but you know, it was fun. Definitely excited to go to the second one here. Got some first race under our belt, so I definitely know what to do from now on.
All right, Blaze, congrats on your second place finish, and I'll see you in feature number 2.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll bring your winner in, which is Jordan Brinkley, which he actually has a different Discord name, so I'm not really sure which one his name is, but congrats on the win, man. Leading all 50 laps. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. It was a pretty good race. We went green a lot longer than I thought we would, but it ended up going in our favor. I was hoping we would go green, but it ended up going in our favor either way.
All right, I don't know if you win any special bonuses for winning this event, or if that's in the next one. 5 race points, you know, championship. Already leading the championship battle, so good job. Also, one more question. What, do you want me to call you Jordan, or you want me to call you...
Blaze is kind of what everyone knows me as. Jordan's like my legal name, but everyone kind of knows me as Blaze.
All right, I can call you Blaze. I don't really care.
All right, 10-4.
All right, well, congrats on the win, Blaze. See you in feature number 2.
Thank you.
Oh, I dragged him to the admin chat. My bad. So while Glenn Bundren gets the second race going, the second feature race going, which will be another 50-lap event, I really don't have much to talk about. I mean, my reactions with the because this is my first time seeing the new late model. I'm not really sure. I've seen late models race in real life, and I don't think they're that touchy to the back bumpers, but they looked good overall, especially around this track, USA International Speedway. But while Glenn gets the second lobby set up, we'll just be taking a little bit of a break here, and we'll be back whenever he has it set up. And welcome back to the Bundren Lawn Care Series League. We're here for feature number 2. About to get this one underway. Another 50-lap feature, and this is the last feature of the night. It's completely pitch black outside now. We did have a beautiful sunset last feature, but now the sun is completely gone. The moon's up. The stars are shining. The lights are bright. So I'm not really sure how the leaderboard is going to go here. Saying your feature 1 winner, Blaze Brinkley, is starting on pole, but then you have Riley Marabello starting beside him. So I'm not so sure because it didn't invert the field, but they are rolling off, and maybe they are inverting the field. It looks like that's what they're doing as the 55 drops back. So it looks like they are inverting the field. They'll just clear black flags next time by. So I'll give the pole to the 2 of Josh Kozik, who was 40 laps down in the last stage. A nice matte black finish to that 2 car. So he's on pole. Sam Brochu on the outside in second. And this could be good for that 25 because he'll have track position. And he was one of the fast cars in feature 1. Let's remember 2 pace laps here. Row number 2 back there is Riley Marabello with Ryan Hyatt. Row number 3 is Glenn Bundren with Noah Allison. And then row number 4, Alexander Schumacher with Barrett Polhemus. And then row number 5, Blaze McKinney and Blaze Brinkley. I forgot his name for a second. So Josh Kozik will lead us to green as the pace car comes back down pit road. And green flag is out here in feature number 2. Oh, they're wrecking behind Glenn Bundren, and that involves feature 1 winner and second place in feature 1, Blaze McKinney and Blaze Brinkley. Both of them involved the 55 with a ton of front end damage. Glenn Bundren was the first one to spin around. Ryan Hyatt, Barrett Polhemus also involved. Let's go back and see what happened. There we go, in turns 3 and 4. Looks like they went 3 wide. I think Hyatt was the first one to spin. Yes, actually, Glenn Bundren gets squeezed. There's Barrett around, and there's Blaze getting involved there in the 55. So it's going to be tough for him to go back-to-back now, as we'll look from a different angle. We'll go in slow motion here. As you see, a bit far away. Just 3 wide, not going to work. The 07 gets down into Glenn Bundren, and then Bundren spins up into Hyatt. Big hit for all of them there. Then Bundren back down into Barrett Polhemus, collects Blaze McKinney, and then here comes Blaze Brinkley involved as well. So a caution here on lap number 2. That's going to shake some things up, as there's still Josh Kozik out front. Sam Brochu second, Riley Marabello third. So we had one driver who did not show up for this second feature. That was Parker White, who finished, I believe, 9th or 10th in feature number 1. So we only have 10 cars in this feature, and now half of them have damage. There you see Barrett and the 55 taking their time on pit road. As they were probably the two who had the most damage there, maybe Glenn Bundren as well. So you see Glenn Reinheit back down. Noah Allison also coming in. As they get ready for the choose cone, never mind. His car light's still on. There's a whole bunch of Camaros up front here. Then you got a Chevy back here. It's not a Camaro though. It looks like Monte Carlo. So a whole bunch of different types of Chevys out here. A whole bunch of different types of Toyotas and Fords as well. Glenn's rocking a Mustang. Then a whole bunch of Chevys in front of him. And the 79 doesn't look like he is a manufacturer. There was a Toyota, it was Parker White, but he's gone. Now they enter the choose cone. Blaze McKinney is having a bit of lag issues back there. So Josh Kozik on the inside, Sam Brochu outside, Riley Marabello inside. Alexander Schumacher outside. It looks like Blaze is going to take that inside as well. As the pace car's back down pit road. Josh Kozik leads us back to the green flag as everybody's pretty spread out here. And they've actually waved another lap. Maybe a bit of problems going there. So the pace car will come back out on the racetrack. As everybody's out on the racetrack except for the 79 of Barrett Pulhemus, who took some pretty big hits there. There you see they're trying to work on that vehicle. Trying to get it fixed. But tons of damage to that 79. As now we're about to go back green. Green flag back out in the air here at USA. Kozik with a nice jump. Sam Brochu gets down into second though. And Josh has a handful. I saw his hands in that car. Very sideways in the corner. Side by side back there for fourth. Glenn Bundren, Blaze McKinney. Brinkley right behind them. Whose nose is smashed in pretty well, but still looks pretty competitive as Blaze McKinney disappears. He's still having a bit of lag issues. As they both get around Glenn Bundren, now Alexander Schumacher trying to get around him. And he will, so Glenn Bundren falls back a little bit there. As now everybody in a single file train. Kozik still leads. Has a nice half second over Sam Brochu right now. As the two Blazes are battling back there for fifth. McKinney and Brinkley. And Brinkley all over the back bumper of McKinney, getting him a bit sideways. And now going down low, backs off. Tucks back in behind Blaze McKinney there. Blaze McKinney, he's gone. Still having a bit of lag issues here in the second feature. As these two are slowly creeping in on Riley Marabello in that 92. And that's for third. So that's another podium, or that's on the podium. Of course, one of the guys who got a podium in feature number 1 is now basically out of this race, so it's up for grabs. And the other two got some damage in that last wreck, but it looks like they're still fine as they're still chugging along. Currently 4th and 5th. It looks like clean air is where you want to be, as Josh Kozak, he has pulled away. There's another bump there by the 55. Lap traffic will definitely become an issue. Noah Allison, Ryan Hyatt, they're both off pace. Especially that 07, if I can find him here. There he is. Very off pace. A lot of damage to that 07. And it's just been a not a good night for him. As we have a caution. It's for Blaze McKinney. Of course, when I turn to a different camera angle, he spins around on the back straightaway. Let's go back and see what happened. So it looks like the other Blaze gets into the back of him here, and yes, he does. And around Blaze McKinney goes, saves it relatively nice, keeps it off the inside wall. So now Blaze McKinney will come to the back. As this should be a very quick caution here. Ryan Hyatt's down pit road, Blaze McKinney as well. Noah Allison also down pit road. All of them repairing their damages. There's no choose cone that time by. Blaze McKinney out in the way. There's the 07. Still trying to fix all of his damage. Ryan Hyatt, where is he at? A lot of right front damage to that 7 machine. And it looks like some left quarter panel damage as well. So I believe we will be coming to the choose cone this time by, as the 55 actually comes down pit road. So maybe we might hold that choose cone. And yes, we will. Maybe going to try to fix some of his damage. You see his nose is really caved in. But he is going to have fresh tires. It looks like just 2 right sides. And out and away he goes. Ryan Hyatt is still down pit road, probably waiting for the 1 to go single, just to get into the back of the pack. As choose cone this time by. Everybody taking the inside. That's going to allow Alexander Schumacher to be the first one on that outside. So Josh Kozak, Sam Brochu, and Riley Marabello all towards the inside. The 68 takes the outside, so does Glenn Bundren. We'll see how fast that 37 is. He didn't look quite fast last run. So you see Ryan Hyatt coming out of pit road. Noah Allison right behind him. As we're about to go back green here at USA International. And green flag back in the air here at USA. Coming to lap number 12 and feature number 2. Kozik with another great jump. Brochu's trying to take second. Riley Marabello side by side with Schumacher. Now Schumacher clears, but Schumacher wisely goes up the racetrack. Doesn't want to get punted. Because now they're side by side. A few rows here. Blaze McKinney might be looking 3 wide. He comes back in. Almost just clipped himself on the 55. As Marabello still trying to pass Schumacher, and it looks like he will get it. Yes, now he will. Now here comes McKinney underneath Schumacher along with Brinkley. Now that 55 might be 3 wide, and he's not backing out. So that shoves Alexander Schumacher way wide there. And now the two Blazes are side by side again. Battle for 4th. So you see that 07 making some moves on Schumacher. 87 still having some lagging issues. And Schumacher and Noah Allison having a big battle for this 8th spot right now, or 7th spot. That 07 looks very, very loose on that top side. And Schumacher will take that position. The 55 has a bit newer tires, so he's closing in on the back bumper of Riley Marabello right now. And Josh Kozik isn't really pulling away from Sam Brochu, as the top 4 relatively close together right now. We saw Brochu, his car was really great in clean air, but then once he got stuck behind somebody, he never touched the lead again. But now he's setting his sights on Josh Kozik. And closing in very fast, and Marabello just got turned by the 55. Blaze McKinney gets a piece of it. I don't know how bad the damage is to that 87. Marabello's going to back up here and try to turn it. Man, that car has no turn. So he's going to have to do another point turn here. And now he gets back straight. Let's go back and see what happened. Yeah, the 55, he had newer tires. I guess he just misjudges it. Sends it into the corner. Gets it to the back of Riley Marabello. And Blaze McKinney, bit of contact right there. Go on board with the... I wish we had a roof cam, but we don't, which is unfortunate, so we're going to have to go nose cam. Or we'll go left front suspension cam. I see just a bit of damage, but that might cost him a lot of time here. As most cars down pit road, Alexander Schumacher, Ryan Hyatt, Blaze McKinney's there, all taking their tires. Josh Kozik still sitting up in the race lead. Riley Marabello looks like he's going to come down as well. Yes, here he comes. Glenn Bundren, Sam Brochu as well. So the only driver that has not pit today is your race leader, Josh Kozik. And now he's got Feature 1 winner right behind him, Blaze Brinkley. So we'll see how that goes. You got the guy who finished last in Feature 1 and the guy who finished first in Feature 1. 1-2 right now. As it looks like Blaze McKinney will be the first one out, so he will be third, I believe. Or it's Alexander Schumacher. And now here comes Josh Kosick down pit road. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Blaze right behind him. I don't think you get to keep your positions. It's Ryan Hyatt still trying to fix all of his damage. And Barrett Pulhemus, you can just count him as out. So we'll see who ends up with the lead after this. As Alexander Schumacher just phasing through the pace car right now. He is now the pace car driver. He has retired from the late models. Still showing the 4 of Josh Kosick, or the 2 of Josh Kosick out in the race lead. And that was actually the choose cone. So they're probably going to have to add another lap here. So it looks like the 2 gets to keep the race lead. Does the 55 get to keep second? Nope, it looks like he's going to fourth. Now the 68 going back up to the first. Yeah, they're going to have to add another lap here to figure this one out. Pace car lights are still off though, so it looks like they're about to go green. I'm not so sure what's happening or how that works. But pace car's in, so I guess we're going green. It's going to be Josh Kosick with Blaze McKinney to his outside. Green flag back in the air, coming to lap number 20. Schumacher messes up the corner big time there. Brochu gets underneath him. That's the battle for third. And now Glenn Bundren and Schumacher battling for that fourth spot. Right behind them, Blaze Brinkley and Riley Marabella battling for that sixth spot. And Blaze will take it, it looks like. Oh, bit of contact for fourth, though. Now here comes Blaze underneath. Riley to follow. So now everybody passing Alexander Schumacher. 0207 very sideways back there. And how about this? Sam Brochu and Blaze McKinney, they found each other again. It didn't end well last time. We'll see how it ends this time. Nice onboard shots from Blaze McKinney. And Brochu's diving low. Trying to make that pass stick, and he will. Sam Brochu gets up in the second. So you see the 55 going for third there. That's not third, that's fourth. On Glenn Bundren. Riley Marabello trying to follow as we're about to hit halfway through this race. Josh Kosick has pretty much led them all. We saw in feature one, Blaze Brinkley lead all 50 laps. Right now, Josh Kosick trying to do the same. I don't know, Sam Brochu has been pretty quick, and he's closing in on this 2 car. As Noah Allison has brought it behind the wall, so he will finish 9th. As it looks like we're about to have a battle for third shape up. Blaze McKinney with Blaze Brinkley. looks like they fixed that nose pretty well, and that 55 doesn't look dented in as much anymore. He's all over the back bumper of Blaze McKinney right now. And speaking of all over the back bumper, Sam Brochu's all over the back bumper of Josh Kozik. We got battles all over the racetrack right now. The two leaders battling it out right here, and here comes Brochu with a nice run. And look at this back here. The Blazes touching each other, heading into turn number 3. Riley Marabello there as well, and they're still making contact coming out of the corner, shoving each other up the racetrack. Blaze McKinney into the wall. 55 still trying to pass Blaze. Riley Marabello trying to take advantage of this. Back up front to the race lead. Brochu still all over the back bumper. Battle for 4th. Blaze McKinney, Riley Marabello. And Brochu's got a good run. Looking underneath. The two's going to block him in. A bit of contact. Josh Kozik goes up into the wall. And that's going to bring out the caution. Huge damage to the right side of that 2 car. And the man who's dominated this thing is now probably out of the race, as, yep, a bunch of damage to that right side, and it's really pushed in. Let's go back and see what happened. They're just hard racing for the race lead. Brochu's looking underneath. The 2 kind of shuts the door, and Brochu gets it to the back of him there. It sends the 2 up into the wall. We'll go nose camera with the 24. You'll see the 2 kind of check up here mid-corner. I don't think Brochu realized it. And it was actually Brochu giving him a punt before, getting the 2 a bit loose. So you see in slow motion, there's the first punt, so the 2 gets out of the gas trying to save it. And there's the second one, which sent the 2 up the racetrack and into the wall he goes, and his hopes have gone up in sparks here at USA International. And Sam Brochu was actually given an EOL for that move. So in the lead, right back to Blaze Brinkley. But he doesn't really have a lot of friends around him. He spun the 92 out earlier. I think he might have spun the 87 out earlier as well, and they're right behind him. So I think Josh Kozik's day is going to end here, because he's got a ton of damage to that race car. As you see, he's already sideways in his pit box. Of course, the 25 has to go to the rear now. The rear is not that far behind, though. As Alexander Schumacher, he must have called it quits too, as he's now out of the race. As I think we might be coming to the choose cone this time by. I'm not entirely sure. And yes, we are. So Brinkley chooses the inside. McKinney chooses outside. Marabello inside. Brochu outside. Wow, and that 7 car looks very clean for what his car looked like earlier. They definitely put a lot of work in that 7. So we only got really 6 cars on the racetrack now, but with 18 laps to go coming this time by. Now we've seen the 55 get great restarts, and there he goes again. Another great restart by the 55. 18 to go. Now Blaze McKinney, in his interview, he said if he had a longer run, he feel like he could have contended for the win against this 55. And now he's got 19 laps or 18 laps to do it. But right now he's got Riley Marabello to his inside battling for that second spot. So it looks like Blaze is going to fall back a little bit here. Riley Marabello clears for second. Now he's got Sam Brochu underneath for third. Now he's got Glenn Bundren to worry about. So it doesn't look like Blaze McKinney's going to have that long run speed to catch back up to the lead. Because he's going to need to pass a lot of people. We'll see if Riley Marabello can catch the 55, though. As remember, the 55 is still a bit damaged. Ooh, almost a wreck there. Glenn Bundren almost just chopped himself on the 87. And Ryan Hyatt also trying to get a piece, trying to get into that top 5. As Blaze McKinney is dropping like a rock right now. Just stuck on that outside lane. Also has a bit of damage. Ryan Hyatt trying to get a nice top 5 finish after fixing his car pretty much the whole race. Up here, you got 2 teammates. And yep, that's what I was figuring. Sam Brochu is a lot faster than that 92. I was about to say that you got 2 teammates, so the 92 is probably going to let him by, and that is exactly what happened. So we'll see if Sam Brochu can close in on this 55. As we're coming to 12 laps to go. Jordan Brinkley got into a wreck early. Pretty much stayed in the mid-pack all race long trying to fix his car. And now out front late here trying to go back-to-back in these features. But I think Sam Brochu is closing in slowly but surely. And Riley Marabello is also staying on the back bumper of that 25, so he could be in contention. 11 laps to go. Going to be tough catching this 55, but it is doable. 10 laps of racing to go here in feature number 2, the final feature of the night. And Brochu is closing in. Now, as they say, it doesn't matter how much you close in, it matters how you pass him, or something like that. I can't remember how the saying goes. 9 laps to go. And Brochu's definitely catching him along with Riley Marabello. I don't know if it's the little bit of damage the 55 has or not. But we'll see what Sam Brochu does here. Slowly creeping in, that 25 comes. And we know Sam Brochu is not afraid to give the bumper. But these bumpers are so sensitive. These cars are so sensitive when you hit them in the bumpers, so we'll just see what happens as he's all over the back bumper of the 55. So you can see inside the hood. And now here he comes underneath. The 55 blocking him all the way down low. But Brochu is there. Oh, they make contact. They keep it straight. Now where does Riley Marabello go out of this? As Brinkley's stuck on that outside lane. Brochu still trying to make the pass. Very close together. And Blaze is going to lead that lap. 5 laps to go. Now this might draw all these other cars in. Glenn Bundren, Ryan Hyatt, and Blaze McKinney. With the leaders being side by side like this. As one of these guys are going to have to give, or we're going to have a situation with Blaze McKinney and Sam Brochu like the last feature. Coming to 4 laps to go. Sam Brochu trying to take it away, and he will clear for the race lead. Oh, the 55 gives him a punt, though. Here he comes back to the outside. And now Sambroshu clears. 3 laps to go. Riley Marabello, he's going to have to pass this 55 pretty quickly here. Because he was staying with the 25. Oh, Riley hard into the wall. And it collects Brinkley and Glenn Bundren. Riley Marabello just trying to pass quickly there and gets hooked by the 55. And that's going to end both of their days. Glenn Bundren also with a ton of damage. How about Ryan Hyatt? He's found himself in second now. Let's go back and see what happened. So I'm not sure if the 92 came up. I think it was just hard racing. We'll see. Riley had to pass Blaze very quickly here. Just hard into the wall he goes. The 55 and 37 also involved. We'll go back and look at that in slow motion. Here we go. And yeah, it looks like Blaze comes down and hooks the 92. And wow, what a big hit. And you know, Riley Marabello's luck in the SRL Iracing League. It looks like it's coming to this league as well, his bad luck. As the 11 actually took a pretty big hit there in the driver's side door from Glenn Bundren. Very, very big hit. And another late race incident here. So Blaze Brinkley will not go back to back. Now we got some new players up here. Glenn Bundren, he's going to try to stay out, but he's got a ton of damage. How about Ryan Hyatt, though? He will line up third. We got 1 lap to go till green. Glenn's going to choose the outside. Blaze is also going to go outside. With only 4 cars on this track right now. And that 25 is fast, but we'll see what this 7 does. I think Blaze might have chose the inside. I don't know what lane he's choosing here. We'll see how fast this 37 is. All the contact came on his front bumper, though. So his wheels are still relatively straight. We'll just see as the pace car is going to come in this time by. We'll be restarting with 2 laps to go. Broshu with a nice jump. Glenn Bundren with a nice jump as well. 2 laps of racing to go. Oh, Blaze gets a punt by Ryan Hyatt in the back. No caution as he's stopped on the racetrack. And that's not going to bring out the caution, which is quite surprising. And that's going to give an easy feature win to Sam Broshu. White flag is out here in feature number 2. It's Blaze McKinney down low. He will finish 4th. And your podium is pretty much set. Sam Broshu won the heat race. Gets out to the race lead late here. And out of turn number 4... he will win feature number 2 here at USA. Glenn Bundren holds on for 2nd. Ryan Hyatt 3rd. So we'll go back and take a look at that contact with Blaze McKinney real quick. Just on the restart here. Yep, Ryan Hyatt just hits it into the corner and dumps the 87. Sam Broshu will come. Park it at Victory Lane. So 3 new podium finishers here. No one who got a podium last feature race got a podium this feature race. As they're all on the way to we'll bring in 3rd place finisher, which was Ryan Hyatt. Let me go to static. There we go, scenic. Nice view of the 25 there. Wow, what a shot. And we'll bring Ryan Hyatt into the broadcast booth here. And Ryan Hyatt, can you speak for a second?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
All right. So Ryan Hyatt, you've gotten a wreck very very early, but your team managed to fix that car, and you're on the podium now after a bit of contact with Blaze McKinney. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I didn't mean to get in the blaze as soon as he came down. I was like off the gas and it just rolled and I was trying to hold the brake. But yeah, other than that, it was a interesting race, just trying to fix the car and see what it was doing.
All right. So good job to your team fixing that car the whole race, and good job to you for bringing that thing to third place for them.
Thanks, man.
All right. Congrats on your finish, and we'll bring in second place, which was Glenn Bundren. All right, Glenn Bundren, you got into that late race wreck with the 55 and 92, but managed to hold on to second place with that damaged race car. How do you feel about that?
Oh, you're missing one wreck, the opening lap wreck.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'm not sure how. Yeah, I'm not sure how my car's still going because my 07 was sponsored by Jack. I guess he's repping the sponsor really well. Had a little too much to drink a little bit, but yeah, I'm not sure how we got second. To be honest with you, with the car that was ready for your junkyard, it was kind of a Grundy County race to begin with what 3 cars finishing. So yeah, I really don't know what to say. It was a great opening night of racing. Yeah, really. I mean, I wish we had some more of a car count, but can't have that sometimes. But yeah, I appreciate you for broadcasting. It's really cool for you to do that. Congrats to Sam on the win. But yeah, I'm not sure how I finished second with a ripped off probably rear end. So yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, you overcame a lot of drama there the whole race, but finished second due to a lot of other cars wrecking out there late. So congrats on your second place. We'll see you next race.
Yeah, thank you.
And what a familiar sight we're about to pull into the booth here. Sam Brochu, your race winner, and just very, very familiar sight. Speaking about Sam Brochu and Victory Lane, so how do you feel about that? You overcame I don't even know what you did this race. You kind of ran second the most of the time, but you made a clean move for the race lead there late, and then they all wrecked behind you. But you still held on to the race win. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it feels pretty good to win here at USA. I really enjoy running these late models. So when I was not the fastest car out here, I was kind of, worried just a little bit. The last race was kind of crazy and getting wrecked late, but it was a racing deal. There was nothing else really we could do, and coming in here and finishing second, I was hoping for it to go green like it did, and then it didn't. And then I ran second to Josh there for a while, and I was catching him big and taking chunks off of his lead every lap. And then I was kind of testing the waters there, sending it, and then he kept sending it farther, and then he would slide up, and then I'd get under him and he'd chop my nose, and just couldn't really generate a run. And then I finally got a run out of 4 and dove it low, and I felt like I was there. I think Barrett had said something else, but I felt like I was there, and it looked like he just, I haven't watched the replay yet, but from what I saw, it looked like he came down and got him sideways, it got me sideways, and then he just kind of lazy spun and brought out the yellow on purpose. But, again, that's just what I saw. I haven't seen a replay yet, but eventually got the lead. He couldn't really get rid of it, and then Blaze got in front of me, and I was on 4 tires and he was on 2, so that's why I was able to run him down the way I was. And I was hoping he would race me clean, and for the most part he did. We just had a few door bangs here and there, but in all reality, that's short track racing. So I'm just happy to come out with a win.
All right, well, congrats on your win, Sam, and we will see you next week, which I'm not really sure what track it is next, but I'll look at the schedule here. Thompson Speedway next week.
Cool.
We'll see you there.
Alrighty, thank you.
Oh. All right, so like I said, Thompson Speedway next week, race number 2. And this is only a 5-race schedule. So that will be, not telling me how many laps it is, but I'm pretty sure each race will be 50 laps with 2 features in it. So yeah, that will do it. First late model league I've commentated, so that's nice. I felt like it was a pretty good night. Lot of drama, lot of things happen, and 2 different winners here in the features. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Next Monday at 8 p.m. same time. This time at Thompson Speedway. We'll see you there. And hopefully I'll have different graphics by then.